I have an affinity for Alexander Payne and his movies, and this one is yet another film to add to my loved list for him. There are many things that work about the Holdovers, but I specifically want to mention the look of the film, the sound mixing, and the screenplay by David Hemmingson. Now, I'll start with the sound and the visuals since it'll be quicker. This isn't the type of film I was expecting to talk about the sound of, since it's an independent dramedy, but hey, good sound is good sound. Where this movie excels with said sound is in the dialogue, actually. Every line comes through very crisp and clear in every scene, whether it be in a confined private area, in public, or filmed outside. This to me shows very clearly that the sound recorder and mixer knew what they were doing on this film. I just really love it when a film's dialogue has that nice, crisp quality to it, because you know what they say, if your sound isn't right, no one is going to sit through it. Now for the visuals. This movie was shot on film to give it that look like it's from 1970, and it does an excellent job of that. The look is grainy and saturated and kind of murky in a beautiful way. There are even some shots where you can see the film stock flip to the next shot, adding to the authentic nature of the visuals. As a side note, since this took place in 1970, I was a nitpicking asshole and decided to look for anachronisms and couldn't find any. How about that? At least I didn't notice any, which is the whole point. Okay, let's dive into the screenplay, which is quite a great one at that. Overall, I would say the structure of it is perfect. The first 45 minutes or so are used very well to settle you into the Barton College atmosphere and how all of the main characters feel about each other. And at that 45-minute mark, when the four boys leave and it's just Mary, Tully, and Dr. Hunnam, the movie takes a turn. In other words, the arcs begin showing, the characters start growing, and the relationships start molding. And over the course of the next 70 or so minutes, our three main characters learn to set aside their differences and embrace each other, specifically Tully and Dr. Hunnam. Now, I won't lie, I didn't settle into this movie easily. I didn't care too much for those first 45 minutes, but by the time I got to the end, my mind changed just as the characters' minds did. And that is what I want to emphasize about this being an excellent screenplay, damn it. The characters are three-dimensional. They actually grow and change over the course of the movie like they're supposed to. They have arcs like they're supposed to, and there are even plenty of hilarious and emotional moments throughout to make the whole thing quite memorable. Mr. Hemmingson, to you I say bravo, good sir, and thank you. Oh, and lastly, I want to mention Paul Giamatti's performance. It's the best in the movie. I think he deserves whatever awards he gets for it. And also, the end of the movie has one of my favorite insults that I've heard in a while, with, "You, sir, are penis cancer in human form." So, I'm giving this one 297.9 farks out of a total possible 331 farks.